Hi, I'm Philip Smith, financial planner with Tidepool Wealth Strategies, helping self-employed professionals and solopreneurs just like you cultivate resilience in your plans to retire well. This is the Financial Planning Podcast about money management, best practices for long-term growth, wealth building truths and fallacies, successful retirement strategies, and more, where I'll be sharing concise, actionable retirement planning guidance. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Welcome to episode 12 of the Financial Flow. I'm Philip, and today we're wading into the financial tide pool to look at a big question. Do I need a financial advisor? We'll explore both sides of the debate and help you determine if working with an advisor could benefit your unique situation. And buckle up, this might be the longest episode I record to date. But when you want to address both sides of a topic, it can be worthwhile to take a little extra time. Oh, and the sources I used will be included at the end of my transcript, which serves as my show notes. Like what you hear, or think it could help someone you know, feel free to share, like, or subscribe to the podcast. Okay, let's get into it. We'll start with reasons you might not need a financial advisor. And let's start that conversation with cost savings. A major reason many opt not to hire a financial advisor is to avoid the associated costs. According to Fidelity's report, the fees for financial advisors can range from 0.5% to 1% of assets under management per year. And I don't know what they're smoking because I've seen a much larger range with fees anywhere from 0.35%, we'll call it 0.33%, for a call center CFP, not at Fidelity, to 1.5% for a white glove financial planning firm. And I happen to know that financial planning firm that I know charges 1.5% uses Fidelity as their custodian. For those who feel confident in their financial knowledge and investment strategies, this fee might seem unnecessary. If you're managing a modest portfolio and are comfortable making your own investment decisions, these savings can be significant over time. It's like cutting out the middleman to save on transaction costs. If you're meticulous and knowledgeable and like dedicating the time, this might be the way to go. Another reason someone might opt to not hire a financial advisor is that managing your own investments offers complete control over your financial decisions. Charles Schwab's research shows that many investors appreciate the autonomy to adjust their portfolios based on personal preferences and market trends. For some, this level of control is empowering and kind of rewarding. If you enjoy actively managing your investments, choosing your own stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, maybe ETFs, and then tweaking your strategy as you see fit, managing your finances independently can be a fulfilling experience. There are robust online tools. Technology has democratized financial management, offering powerful tools that can support DIY investors. Platforms like Mint and TurboTax provide excellent resources for budgeting and tax preparation. Additionally, robo-advisors such as Wealthfront and Betterment offer low-cost investment management solutions. These tools can help automate investment decisions and track financial goals without the need for a traditional advisor, making them ideal for tech-savvy individuals who prefer a hands-on approach. If you're adept at handling estate planning and insurance on your own, you might feel equipped to manage risk without professional help. Platforms like LegalZoom or trustandwill.com offer resources for creating wills and trusts, while the Insurance Information Institute provides guidance on managing various types of insurance. If you're experienced in these areas, comfortable making decisions about your financial future, and have the time to appropriately attend to these areas, managing these aspects yourself might be a viable option. So, do you need a financial advisor? Not necessarily. You also may not need someone to paint your home. Plenty of people do it on their own. Or a mechanic. There are tons of YouTube videos, right? Or maybe you don't even need a therapist. Faith, meditation, exercise, or talking one-on-one with a confidant are all viable alternatives. But there is something to be said for the value of a professional in each of these industries. Specialists get paid to work in their specialty. Likewise, you may find immense value in working with the right financial advisor. Here are just a few reasons you might need a financial advisor. First, holistic financial planning. I really don't like the word holistic, so I tend to use comprehensive. Holistic's just not my favorite word. It borders on industry jargon and just sounds too new agey to me. But it's everywhere when you visit the websites of financial advisors who offer financial planning. Quote unquote, holistic is a word fraught with misunderstanding because it lacks clarity. But suffice it to say that there are many financial advisors who offer a comprehensive approach to financial planning that goes beyond mere investment management. According to Vanguard's The Value of an Advisor survey and report, advisors bring value in the form of a larger retirement balance when compared to those not working with an advisor, and can help integrate all aspects of your financial life, including investments, estate planning, tax strategies, and retirement planning. A good advisor helps you track that your financial goals are aligned with your broader life objectives. This holistic approach is akin to having a skilled conductor leading an orchestra. Each component of your financial plan works in harmony with the others, with the intended result being a more cohesive strategy. Another reason you might need a financial advisor: expertise in complex areas. Managing complex financial situations often requires specialized knowledge. A Russell Investments report highlights that advisors bring a wealth of experience to areas such as tax optimization, estate planning, and even retirement strategies. For example, they can help you directly in some instances, or work with your tax professional and others when navigating tax laws to minimize your tax liabilities, or advise on complex estate planning strategies. Not giving legal advice, but helping you strategize to protect your assets and ensure your wishes are met. This expertise can be invaluable, much like having a knowledgeable guide to help you navigate a challenging mountain path. There's also risk management. Effective risk management is a crucial aspect of financial planning. Fidelity's research reveals that advisors play a key role in managing financial risks by diversifying investments, ensuring adequate insurance coverage, and preparing for unexpected events. They help balance your portfolio to match your risk tolerance and financial goals, and they provide strategies to safeguard against potential financial shocks. This comprehensive approach helps protect you from unforeseen circumstances, much like having a robust safety net during a high-wire act. And then, of course, there is potential time savings and reduced stress. Working with a financial advisor can save you significant time and reduce stress. The CFP board points out that advisors handle the details of financial and retirement planning, allowing you to focus on other aspects of your life. This can be particularly valuable for busy professionals who may not have the time or inclination to manage finances thoroughly or to research and implement long-term planning strategies on their own. With an advisor, you can rest easy knowing that a professional is overseeing your financial strategy, building a bridge of trust, and hopefully alleviating stress around your financial future. Okay, so we've given a hopefully even-handed take, as even-handed as a person who lives and breathes this work can give, on whether you don't or maybe do need a financial advisor. So let's weight the pros and cons to weigh when making that decision. Here are the pros of hiring a financial advisor. Comprehensive planning. A good advisor who focuses on the planning aspect will offer a complete view of your financial situation, integrating investments, estate planning, tax strategies, insurance planning, and retirement planning. Expertise. They bring specialized knowledge and guidance to handle complex financial matters, from tax optimization to estate planning. Risk management. Advisors help you manage financial risk by diversifying investments, helping you determine adequate insurance coverage and guiding you on how to prepare for unexpected events. Time and stress reduction may be super important. Working with an advisor saves time and reduces stress, allowing you to focus on other aspects of your life while they handle the financial details. Stress is bad for your health. So if you're working with the right financial advisor, then this statement has some truth to it. Working with a financial advisor can be good for your health, both physical and financial. On that positive note, here are the cons of working with a financial advisor. First, probably top of mind for most people, is cost. Advisor fees can be significant, which may not be justifiable for everyone. It's important to weigh these costs against the potential benefits. Control. You might have less direct control over your investments and financial decisions, which could be a drawback for those who prefer to manage their finances independently. Complexity. Finding the right advisor who aligns with your values and meets your needs can be challenging and may require some effort to ensure a good fit. If you decide to do it on your own, here are the pros and cons that you should consider. First, the pros of managing finances independently. Cost savings. Avoiding advisor fees can lead to significant savings over time, particularly if you're confident in your financial knowledge and decision-making capabilities. Full control. Managing your own finances gives you complete control over your investment choices and financial strategies, which can be empowering and rewarding. And access to tools is another one. Advanced online tools and resources are available for DIY investors, providing robust support for budgeting, investing, and tax preparation. And then there's the dark side of this, the cons of independent management. First, complexity. Managing all aspects of your finances independently can be complex and time-consuming, particularly for those with limited financial knowledge. Then there's the risk of errors. Without professional guidance, you might miss out on important strategies or make costly mistakes, potentially impacting your financial future. When you do it on your own, well, you're on your own. Limited expertise. You may lack the specialized knowledge needed for complex financial situations, which could be a disadvantage if you face intricate financial challenges. So, let's take some action. The first thing you should do if you are weighing whether or not to hire an advisor is to evaluate your financial situation, your goals, and both your comfort level with and desire to manage your own finances. If you feel confident in your abilities and enjoy the process, managing independently might be a good fit. However, if you value a comprehensive team approach, need specialized knowledge, or prefer to just reduce stress, save your free time, working with a financial advisor may be beneficial. Take some time to explore your options. If you decide to consult with a financial advisor, connect with more than one. We're all different. Oftentimes we sound a lot alike, but there is a lot of nuance to how we serve our clients. There's differences in our processes, differences in our offerings. Find one that fits with your needs, who you find to be personable. It's about building a relationship of trust. Whether you choose to manage your finances on your own or work with a professional, the key is to make informed decisions that align with your long-term goals and make progress toward those goals. Thanks for tuning into this episode of The Financial Flow, brought to you by Tidepool Wealth Strategies. Again, if you found this information helpful, or if you think others might, feel free to like and subscribe, because that's how the algorithms help others find me. And feel free to share the podcast link. Until next time, stay resilient and plan to retire well.
It's disclosure time. This podcast is intended for educational purposes only, should not be used for any other purpose. The views depicted in this material should not be considered specific advice or recommendations for any individual, are not intended to be financial, tax, or legal advice, and do not represent Tidepool Wealth Strategies or Cetera Advisor Networks, LLC. For a comprehensive review of your personal situation, always consult with a financial, tax, or legal advisor. Neither Cetera nor any of its representatives may give legal or tax advice. Our office address is 450 Country Club Road, Suite 350, Eugene, Oregon, 97401. Securities and advisory services are offered through Cetera Advisor Networks, LLC, a broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, and member of FINRA and SIPC. Cetera is under separate ownership for any other named entity. Whew.